It's frustrating watching the Bulls play, man. Very fucking frustrating because I'm looking at this team and we have talent. We do have talent on this team. Okay, Jimmy Butler's talented. Okay, Rajon Rondo is still a talented point guard. Dwayne Wade, though he is on the downside of his career and is not the player he was back in his 2000 and what was his prime? His 2006 to 2010 or 11 prime. He's still a very good player, man. But it's like a collection of individuals when I watch this team, man. Like, we're not playing like a team. And I'm looking at them, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know if it's like, sometimes I look at this team, and I'm like, do they practice with each other? Like, do they practice? Do they communicate one another outside of the court? You know, like, do they have practices? Is it Fred Hoiberg? And I'm looking at them, and I'm like, okay, our bench sucks, number one. I don't know whose bench is, well, actually, our bench is worse than Golden State's. Even though I say Golden State's bench sucks, but it's comparatively speaking to the bench mob they had before. But our bench sucks. I mean, sucks. I think they said we have our bench scores the fewest points in the NBA. Our inside presence is horrible. You know, LaMarcus Aldridge just fucking was destroying us in the fucking first quarter. Okay, Pau Gasol and company, they were just scoring at will on the inside, and we just never able to catch up, man. It's just too easy, man. Like, they were just running a clinic on us. I think they had like 30 assists to the Spurs. Kawhi Leonard has emerged as a definite MVP caliber player. I don't think he'll win the MVP just because of the fact that he plays in San Antonio and he's a very quiet, non-vocal person. I caught one of the announcers saying something about half of the coaches or half of the media people, I think he said, media personnel, don't even know what Kawhi Leonard's voice sounds like. But, you know, they could tell what his game sounds like. His game was talking tonight. You know, he had like, what was it, 25 points, 10 rebounds, 3 steals. Wade had a good game. Jimmy Butler, to me, as talented as Jimmy Butler is, right? I'm trying to think of a comparison, like a player to compare him to. And while their games are not the same, per se, they're not talent level, he reminds me of a Richard Hamilton. Maybe a Richard Hamilton. Maybe in some ways like a prime Richard Jefferson, but I'm going to go with Hamilton. Of course, Jimmy Butler was a better defensive player. It is a better defensive player, and is more athletic. Hamilton, to me, was a better scorer. But Hamilton, yeah, it's about where I would see him talent level-wise. Like, at his best, Hamilton can give you like 24, 25 points per game, right? But he wasn't the type of guy that could put a franchise on his back. We need another guy, man. And I'm looking, my eye as a Bulls fan is looking, I used to a couple years ago look west to Sacramento, to DeMarcus Cousins, but I don't want that headache, man. The guy's a fucking headache, man. I think he's a bad seed. My eye looks looks west, but looks a little bit further to the Bay Area, man. I want Clay. I think he fits Chicago basketball, man. He's a shooter, he's a scorer, and he plays defense. You could use Klay Thompson. And once Stephen Curry signs that 5-year, $207 million deal, what the fuck is going to be, right? If Durant stays and it's Draymond, they're not going to be able to pay all those guys, right? So when you look at trade value, who has greater trade value? If you're Golden State, who are you going to get more back for? Draymond or Clay? Plus, Clay is the type of guy, he wants to, I'm pretty sure he wants to be the top dog. I don't think he really particularly likes that Kevin Durant came over there and kind of stole everybody's thunder, including his. So that's my little dream wish as a Bulls fan, man, like to bring a guy like Clay over, man, because It's been a long time since we have been like a championship contending team, man. You know, it's been nearly 20 years now since we went to the finals. So tell me what you guys think, though, man.